live Q&A webinar. My name is Danny. I'll give you the webinar today. We're gonna begin with, okay, the platform is already opened. Presentation, beautiful. So let's begin first of all with what will happen in the webinar, okay, and the order that things are going to happen. I'm just gonna say that this is an additional webinar that we're giving you guys to ask the questions of anything related to. Let me open up question section. Small capital, okay. All right, I see questions already start flowing, and that's completely okay. That's the whole purpose of this webinar. Keep in mind, let's open up the chat as well so I can reply to you guys. Yes, absolutely. This meeting is recorded. Okay. And what I wanted to say is you can ask questions all along the webinar regarding any subject, but I will only paste 5 questions. I think we have placed for 5 questions. Yeah, 5 questions along the webinar that I will physically show and demonstrate the answers. Okay, you can ask other questions all along the webinar, but I'm not going to practically show the answers for all of them. Okay, only the ones that we are going to have time for. Okay, so let's begin with a disclosure. Okay, any capital markets and trading information disclosed in this webinar is provided for informative purposes only and should not be constructed or applied as an investment advice, recommendation, or a suggestion. Yes, absolutely. I promise that I will get to. I'm gonna try to get to everything, but I will get there. Okay. Okay. Hello to you too. Good to see you. All right. So I'm gonna make sure that everything is recorded that this is as it's supposed to be. Then I'll be back and we will begin. Okay. So I'll be back in 10 seconds. Then we will begin. Okay. Everything seems in order. We're gonna begin with the. Good to see you too. Absolutely. It's good to see all of you guys. Okay, all right. So we're gonna begin, like I said, with a quick explanation how this webinar is going to happen. With okay, this is the structure, this is the agenda. We're gonna begin with common question that we get from all the webinars, then dynamic questions that you guys are gonna write down, which I'm gonna paste. And like I said, I'm gonna paste it here and give you an answer physically and demonstrate to everybody else to see. Links, information, webinar privileges is something that will happen on the 3rd segment, and then analysis, and if we'll have time, open discussion at the end of it. Okay, so the questions that we've gathered this week are, let's see, can AvaTrade trade for me? Okay, how can I use AvaProtect? All right, whoever was, by the way, in the webinar I gave yesterday, I showed exactly how AvaTrade AvaProtect looks like and how to use it, right? How to use indicators. Okay, how do I make a withdrawal? Okay, what is margin call? All right, so we're gonna go one by one. Do we have any questions before we begin, by the way? Let's see. I have a small capital on there. Okay, now last. Right, Alex, I'm gonna paste your question in the dynamic questions, and we're gonna address it. We're gonna address it very, very soon. Okay, after we are done with the regular, the common questions. Okay, another question from Sam. Okay, just a second. Right, so Sam is asking what is trailing stop. Okay, I'm gonna paste that as well. All right. So we're gonna begin with Alex and Sam. I'm gonna address your questions in approximately 5 minutes. Okay. And then we're gonna carry on to the questions you've asked just now. So can AvaTrade trade for me? The answer is, how do we trade with AvaSocial by David. Also, David, I'm gonna paste your question here. We have place for 2 more questions, right? 2 more questions. Okay, so can AvaTrade trade for me? No, the answer is no, we do not trade for clients, but we have certain solutions, right? We have companies we work with. One of them is third-party company, of course. It does not belong to AvaTrade. One is called DupliTrade. Okay. One is called AvaSocial. I will explain in a second. It's not really that they're trading for you. I will explain in a second. Okay. So those 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 companies. This one I'm not gonna put as a company that third party. I'll explain in a second why. Okay, the idea with duplicate trade is that you have strategy providers, okay, and those strategy providers. Let's open up one of the as an example. Okay. Okay, so I'm a new person. I'm a new trader. I have absolutely no idea what I'm doing. How am I doing? I don't know how much money can I make. How much money am I gonna deposit? All of those things. I have no idea. Now I'm looking for somebody, okay, to trade on my behalf, perhaps, and then I will learn while I'm analyzing what this person is doing, okay, with my account, with my funds. Now, Now we're gonna use coffee as an example. Okay. Where is coffee here? We're gonna use okay. There are a few examples. There are a few examples. Okay. We're gonna bring up a notepad. Okay. There are what we called um, copy trading, right? That we are using, and there is auto trading. We have Ava Social. All of those things can be automated. All of those things can be automated. But the difference is those, okay, are human beings, right? A person, a person who is trading, okay? That somebody is trading and you can link your account to his account. AvaSocial, you don't necessarily have to do it. You can just enjoy looking at other traders trading. You don't have to link the account, okay? It is there, but you can use it or not use it. And with copy trading, okay, we're gonna put here doubly trade, okay? You link your account to somebody else who is already trading, okay? Now, and you can of course see what he's doing and you can stop it in any time, and it's very, very nice for beginners because not all of the beginners know exactly how to do things, right? A lot of beginners don't even know how the platform works, and this is why they need a way to get up on their feet. Now, auto trading, okay, could be an AI, artificial intelligence, right? All right. AI is so you can understand it's let's say it's a programmed, right? Programmed software. Yeah, that's okay. Now, that usually it based its decisions based on let's say let's use gold as an example. Everybody knows that gold is a safe haven. Sometimes gold can respond if the dollar is moving, right? So as an example, if gold is going up, take a position with the dollar, right? It's not necessarily like that, but that's the idea. So here there is a person who's trading, which we follow, that is using his mind and common sense to trade. And here it's an like we said, a programmed software. Okay, it's not a human being. It's somebody designed it, programmed it, and it's run by itself. Okay, those are the differences. AvaTrade as a rule does not trade for clients. Okay, but we have, as you can see, solutions that can give you an answer to that. Okay, how can I use AvaProtect? Well, this is an easy question. All I have to do is click here on the box, and that's it. It makes sense. You see, I picked gold. I could just as much I could pick silver instead, and then that's the same thing. I click here on the box, and then I choose the time. Right? I can choose from 1 hour up to 1 day. Here, we're gonna let just as an example. Let's see if we can make it happen with the okay. We're gonna take a dollar down and a dollar up. Now it's heading down. Bruce, what we are doing is we are answering. Bruce is asking, just to share with the audience, is asking what's happening now. What's happening now is that we are answering the questions that we gather from other webinars. Okay, Bruce, we are now going one by one and answering the questions because this is a live Q&A webinar. Okay, and feel free, by the way, feel free to ask a question by yourself. If you have a question, so feel free. Okay, now how do I use? So we're gonna use it as an example. We are now thinking it's heading up. Let's pretend that we've analyzed it because I don't want to waste time and actually analyze it on your expense. So $1 up and $1 down. This is a very considerable position. Okay, just a second. Not really. Okay, so if we take this position, the fee we'll pay is 176. Potential profit is 1,100. Don't worry, guys, I'm just rounding the numbers so we can make progress. Otherwise, it's going to take us more time. I've already explained about this thing yesterday in the previous webinar. Okay, AvaProtect. How can we use AvaProtect, right? So how can we use? We just click here on the box, and then we enjoy the protection for as much as, okay, just a second, another question here I will address. I will address all of your questions. All right, Bruce, I saw your question. I will attend it in a second. So the fee is 176. Potential profit is 1,100. Potential loss is 1,100. Now this is an amazing comparison because paying a fee of 100, and if I lost 1,000, by the way, what will happen after position will be closed, right? If I close it at the time that my coverage ends, what will I see? If I made a loss, if I made a loss of 1,100, what I will see, okay, equals summary. I will see a fee 176, okay, perhaps minus 176, loss minus 1,100, okay, and returned loss plus 1. Yeah, this is what I'm gonna see. Okay, this is as clear as it gets. It's very, very simple. How to use AvaProtect. Um, explain on the webinar on the screen. How to use indicators. Okay, this is as well a very, very simple questions, guys. How can I use indicators? Okay, so let's pretend right now we're gonna pick one of the interesting. By the way, how can I pick? How can I add it on the chart? Now I want to add Bollinger, not Bollinger Band, let's say ATR, right? Average. I'm gonna click here on the studies. I'm gonna click here on the search field, and I'm gonna put here average. Oh, it's already here. Never mind. So I can pick it from here, but if I want to look for it, I'm gonna put average, right? Average. Okay, and then I click and drag, or maybe I can click it twice quickly. Will it do the? Okay, it does it. Now I can pick a color, click here save. Now on the left in the ATR itself, no others. Okay, maybe I can make it simple. And then I get an approximate average of movement, true movement, how much potentially it can move. Let's change it today. Okay, so approximately the average movement in a day is 0.3, approximate movement in a week is 1, and a month it's 2. Okay, it's quite understandable. It's not, you don't have to be a genius to use, right? I'm gonna go ahead and say that indicators are not um, no trader should rely 100% on indicators. It's helpful, yes. It's not that indicators are not helpful for analysis. It is helpful, but we should not rely 100% on indicators. Okay, we can use it as an addition. We can use it on top of the analysis we're applying already. Analysis based on news, fundamental analysis, or analysis that I've shown in the previous webinars, which is technical analysis, right? It is still quite mandatory to look on support and resistance and on the other levels and to look for trend. It's still indicators are helpful, but no need to rely. Okay, this is also explained on maybe click on studies, just making it even more adjusted for beginners. Click on studies and pick an indicator. How do I make a withdrawal? This is what all of us want to know, right? What am I making profits for if I can take it out? So this is, again, this is super simple. I am now in my personal I'm logged to my account, and to withdraw I have to go to the personal area. I click here on the 3 lines, click here on the I will explain about it as well. I'm gonna take your question and Bruce's question. Gonna paste it here, and that's exactly the summary of the amount of questions that I can have. Okay, Bruce. Bruce, where is your question? Okay, I will find it soon. I will find it soon. There are many things here, but I will find it soon. Okay, how do I make? Now, I'm in my personal, I am logged to the website to make a withdrawal. Look how easy that thing is. I click here on the three line. I click here on withdrawal and I choose, we're gonna give it a moment. Gonna give it a moment. Let's try the magic button and F5. Let's see. Okay. Okay, we have it. Something is happening. Okay. Now all I have to choose, I want to withdraw, right? I want to withdraw. So I can choose whether to use Skrill or to use a wire transfer. Okay. By the way, there is no minimum for me to withdraw. By the way, people ask sometimes how can I withdraw and how much, and there is no fee. There is no fee and there is no. Okay. I click here next. I place my details and I click withdraw. Okay, once it's filled, so obviously it makes sense, and I can choose which one to withdraw. Okay. All right. All right. So this is also explained on the platform. Just maybe log to your account. Click withdraw. I can't believe I'm putting it down, but still. What is a margin call? What is margin call, guys? Who can tell me what is margin call? This is not. This is our. This is what every trader is needs to be aware of. What is margin call? Where is it? What is margin call, guys? It's when you don't have enough money. Okay, this is true. It's true. It's true. But what is margin call? What is margin call? Let's understand first what is margin. Okay, and then we can answer that question. Let's bring up, what did we have? Coffee. Okay. Let's pretend I want to trade coffee. I want to trade one lot. Let's exaggerate. Let's call it 10 lots. Okay. And we're gonna have now all right, so to understand what is margin call, we have to understand what is margin, what is leverage, and what is the value of the position that we're trading with. So, in other words, I'm now planning to take a position that costs $2,300,000. Okay, when is your broker? Okay, that is absolutely right. Who wrote this? Let's see. Tanya, you were in my Forex webinar. I think I recognize your name, isn't it? And you are right, by the way. You're white. Yes, yes. You have a very interesting name. This is how I recognize. Very good, very good, very. And you remember. So that means that I. Okay. So we have the value here is 2,300,000 and okay. All right. The margin impact is 70,000. Okay, and the leverage here is Don't worry, guys. We're gonna confirm it together. I'm not doing anything by myself. We're gonna all of us, we're gonna confirm it together and make sure that it's okay. Now margin call. If I have $10,000, I have enough to. Oh well, I don't have enough. Actually, let's make it one lot. Will it be? And then we're gonna bring this guy down to. Okay, it's a bit exaggerated. Okay, all right, beautiful. So let's even take it even a bit closer. I really want to make this comparison. Okay. Now, the question is, okay, what is margin call? Now, the margin call, okay, is when I can't comply. I'm just gonna jot down the when. Just a second. Okay, is when the account can't comply to the margin requirement. Requirement. Okay, now we're gonna have a look and understand that we've changed it. We've changed it. I'm gonna change it accordingly. Okay. 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 Now I have $10,000. Obviously, without leverage, I couldn't even have the position. I mean, the position cost 233 multiply 1,000 units. Who asked about the lot size? Also, I can explain about the lot size. Who asked about the lot size? Jamil. Okay, Jamil, pay good attention. I'm explaining about the lot size now. Okay, the amount of units that I'm taking, 1,000 units, okay, multiply by the price, 1,000 units multiply by the price is this much, okay? That means that for every dollar that I am, if it goes up, we are with a buy. If it goes up, for every dollar that it goes up, we're gonna make how much? $1,000. How can I know? Look, I'm gonna change the take profit from 233. Okay, it's already on it to 234 and a half because of the spread. Okay, that means that if I'm going up $1 higher, it becomes 2,000. $3 higher, 3,000. Okay, if I take it $10 up, become 13,000. So for every dollar, okay, because I have 1,000 units, I'm gonna make 1,000. If I took 100, so for every dollar, 100. Okay, then obviously if I change it $10 up, okay, we're gonna make it like this. I change it $10 up, it becomes what? 1,000, right? Okay. Is it understood, by the way? This the lot size calculation. Is this understood? Bruce, how are you doing so far? Very good. Very good. Slowly we'll get there. Slowly we'll get there. There is not a single person who saw one webinar and became a professional trader. It's not how it works. Okay, slowly. Slowly we're making progress. Um Beautiful. So we're gonna bring back everything we had here. 230. Can't remember what it was. Okay, so margin call. Margin call is when I can't comply to the margin, my account can't comply to the margin, and this is why my position will be closed. Now, if I'm looking at the margin impact here, to occupy this position, my margin is going to reduce by $7,000, okay, to occupy a position that's worth 233,000. How so? Because, okay, in this case, I'm using a leverage of 1 to 33. I go back to coffee, I click here on the I, and I see that the leverage here is 1 to 33. Okay? And thanks to that, my margin impact is 33 times less than my actual value, right? Okay, now, we're gonna put down, we're gonna try and, like I said, to make it as close as it possible, because I want you guys to see how, okay, okay. Now, I have, my account is 10 on 10,000 balance, right? This margin is gonna be consumed while I'm gonna take the position. Now, let me ask you a question. If I lose $7,000 on that position, margin requirement is 7,002, right? And I'm gonna lose, yeah. Will my position be closed? That is the question about the margin call. Will my position be closed? The answer is yes. Now, margin call is going to be before I'm getting to that level. It's going to be approximately, here. Sorry, it will be approximately here. Okay? Then my margin level will start dropping. And when my margin level will be dropping, then I will get a margin call and I'll have two choices. When having a margin call equals two choices. One, I can add what is the other options, guys? This is, I'm expecting the advanced traders here. Beginners might not know what to do. But what is my other options? I need more margin. I can't add a bit more funds to my account. What else can I do? I'm even gonna put here another option. Close. I can close the position. This is the obvious option, but I don't want to close the position. I have full faith in this position. How can I free up more margin? I gave you half of the answer. Close position, yeah, but I don't want to close the position. I want to keep it open. I believe I took this position. I know it's going to turn around. How can I free up more margin to let this position breathe until it will turn around? Add funds? No, add funds, it's written here. Add margin, add more margin, add more capital to the account, add more funds. This is not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for an alternative to free up the margin. So I can close other positions to free up margin. And here is an option that not everybody knows about the platform. Yes, exactly. Will allow other position margin to be added. That's exactly right, Jamil. So what else can I do? What else can I do? I have here internal transfer. This is not, let's say reduce. This is sometimes this is not something that is doable. Internal transfer. Not a lot of clients know, but one of the things that AvaTrade is letting you do is to have a sub account. And I can transfer funds from other sub account to this position. This way, I don't have to deposit. I can deposit 1,000 or a couple of thousands on a sub account, and then if I have an emergency, I'm just moving the funds. I just move the funds internally, and then I can defibrillate. I can breathe until it turns around. Is this understood? This is not something I'm gonna do right now. I'm sorry. Okay, Shaquille, you're asking me how can I open a sub account? I'm not gonna do that now because it's gonna take us time. Ask your senior account manager. Senior account manager can assist you to do that in 2 minutes, in 5 minutes. All right, this is about the margin call. So margin call eventually is when you are getting close to a point that, okay, beautiful. Yeah, some people are doing that. Some people I see here the audience, people are familiar with this, but beginners are not always. This is why we are doing our best to help. Just a second. Okay. Okay, so we are done with the traditional questions. Now it's time for the business. Let's see. Do we have Bruce? Please don't be upset. I couldn't find your questions. I have here 1,000 more messages. Let's give it one last try. Sorry, Bruce. If you can write it again, I'll appreciate it. I just don't have. I can't find it. There are too many things. Okay, so the question we have in the beginning of the webinar, I start with a small capital account and now I lost 50% of my capital because I try to trade indices. So what should I look? Okay, okay. If you lost 50% of the account, that's related to risk money management. Okay, and it's not necessarily 50% if you lost, you can still recover. You can still recover. But I think you require a plan. I think you need a plan. Okay, okay. I will put your question because I couldn't find Bruce's question. I have a place for one more. The trader. Well, we'll try and figure it out in a second, okay? So this is not necessarily who asked this. Okay, a smaller trade. So you need a plan. Okay, I would go for the answer here is you can recover your losses with a good plan with your senior account manager. Yeah, and he will assist you making a plan recovery. It's part of the process. We all make losses. I make losses. Everybody makes losses. The point is to make more profits than losses, right? Okay, can you explain about trailing stop? I'm gonna do that in a second because it will take time. How do we trade without a social? Already answered that in the beginning, right? Okay, shown on the screen. Explain about trailing stop, like I said in a second. Let's flip for tricky for me. Already done that. showed on the screen when margin call was explained. I hope, Jamel, my answer was sufficient. Okay. Trailing stop. Trailing stop is answer. Moving the stop loss towards a position is making profits, turning the stop loss to take profit. Guys, don't be upset. I'm going to explain it in a second, okay? Let's suppose I took this buy and but this is why I said that I'm going to explain it in a second. No need to okay, Samuel. Samuel, I think that you're the one who asked the question here somewhere. Okay, Sam, I'm going to explain it in a second. No stress. Let's suppose I took a position here. I took a buy. Now my position got to this point. My initial stop loss was here. You guys charge trades for holding a position over into next day? The answer is yes. Let's see if I can. Yes, it's called swap. Okay. Oh, I can give. Oh, that's remarkable. Listen, guys, we have an option now to get an answer on the question section. This is amazing. I've requested this for weeks. I'm so happy they added this feature. This is so convenient. Tanya, did you see the answer? Did you see that I answered? I wrote it down in the question section. I don't know if everybody can see it. Great. Okay, beautiful. So this is the initial stop loss. Let's suppose that my position brought to this point. Okay, now price. We're gonna call it now price. And the green is gonna be take profit, right? Now, this is the initial stop loss. And this is where now, if the position went from 233 to 235 and my stop loss is gonna be at the price that it's at right now, what will happen is if it gets down, it will be triggered with a profit. How so? Because the stop loss is in a higher price than the entry, which close it with a profit because we are with a buy. This is a stop. This is a trailing stop. Trailing stop is moving the stop loss from a lower point across the position that we've took. We took a buy. Now 233 became 235, like I said here, so around here. Okay, and we are moving the stop loss from 230 to the position. Okay, position is, like I said, 235. We are moving it to 230, 230, somewhere around here. Okay, above the entry, and then it makes it, it closes it with a profit if it gets down. Okay, what else we have here? Show on the screen. Okay, my advisor. I use my advisor. I wrote this question down, but unfortunately, this is a question you'll have to ask your senior account manager. This is not. We don't have time for that. We have 10 minutes. I want to make it to the end, but I'm sure he will give you an answer to that. I would start with the virtual. Probably yes. Probably, and the senior account manager can solve you that. Okay, guys, I'm gonna paste here I'm gonna paste here in the chat the links. Perhaps I should do it with the okay. I've pasted some links so you guys can carry on with the account if you want to open a real account and you want to make a deposit, or if you want to use the academy. Okay. Um, quick on a nutshell about analysis, because we don't have a lot of time, but we're gonna try and do our best. What is this candle? What is this candle, guys? This is a reversed, we can call it a reversed hammer, right? This tail usually is a sign for retracement. This asset, this candle is green. That means that it gone up from this point higher to that point and went down. Okay? This is the hammer. We have a retracement here. What is here? Butterfly is retracement, both sides. This is sometimes sign for consolidations, right? It couldn't break the upper, it couldn't break the lower. This is the support, this is the resistance. Those are long wicks. Okay, this candle, what is this candle? What is the red candle, guys? Confirmation. Why confirmation? This is another butterfly. Okay, it's not really a butterfly, but Marabuso can be maybe. Okay, let's see if I can. Okay, and this one is, this popsicle is also some kind of a hammer. It's also rejection from the below, but it still ended up in quite considerable price. Okay, how many minutes? We only have 5 minutes. Okay, here is a quick question before we say goodbye, because I've tried and I did my best with giving you answer for questions, but it seems like our time is slowly running out. So let's take as an example. You're now looking at the market. You're thinking, what is the best answer? What is the best asset to trade, right? You're now looking at, let's pick something interesting. Netflix. How is Netflix doing? All right. You're now looking at Netflix. Netflix is not doing well. I'm not gonna use any bad words. It's not. It's not. We're not. We have to be civilized. Okay. We now using Netflix as an example, and you saw that Netflix now is about to sign. Let's say Netflix is announcing she will sign with HBO for 2 more successful let's say in the new year. Okay, let's. What do you think will happen with their stock? Will Netflix rise? Look at the chart now. Look at the chart now. Netflix went from here. How can I show it to you? To here. What do you think will happen with Netflix? It might rise. Okay, who thinks differently? Who thinks differently? Who thinks that Netflix is gonna go lower if it brings more content? No, I'm not saying that it will go lower. I'm asking who thinks that it will go lower. I'm not saying I agree. I agree. I do think that if they're doing something positive, they should respond in positive movement. Okay? Why? Why? Because for us as traders, okay, for us as traders, what exactly are we looking for? Okay, we are looking for, okay, we are looking for a reason to invest. It's traders. It's traders. We are looking for a reason. Traders always look for a reason to invest, right? Or to trade. Now, if Netflix, right? If Netflix is providing us with a reason. She's gonna sign a contract. She's associating with another. She's bringing more movies. She's doing something, right? Promotions. I don't know. So we have a reason. We're not necessarily gonna trade, but it's a reason. It's on the table. It makes us think as traders. With no reason, okay, with no reason, you have to agree with me that Netflix, if I compare Netflix at this time frame to that time frame, we're looking at completely different performances. Why? It's not even. It doesn't. It doesn't. It's not even at the same levels, right? Right? Does it make sense? But if she will come up with some new idea, she might rise up, like Boeing, right? Companies can recover. Companies can recover, and slowly, yeah, slowly, they can recover. Okay, we have another minute. Guys, I'm going to give you now the code for the, one second, let me bring it up again. Okay, I'm going to paste here. Where do I go to accurately and find out the economy's details on certain instruments like I'm looking at Yahoo Finance and Bloomberg, Jamil, but this is what I like. So some people might tell you different websites to look at. I personally like Bloomberg and Yahoo Finance, and there are other places. And there is also here Trading Central. Is if you go to your account and you go here to Trading Central, you have analysis views, and then you can find here a lot of interesting views about currencies and indices, and very interesting. Okay, I'm gonna paste here. Let's see if I can. No, this actually replies to the question. Never mind. Maybe I can do this. Okay, I've pasted for you guys at the chat section a special promotion code for the Q&A benefit, and yeah. So obviously, if you need anything related to trading, feel free to always um, ask your senior account manager. Otherwise, keep enjoying the webinars that we're giving, guys. Unfortunately, we're run out of time. It's been a pleasure. I hope you all succeed with your trading. I hope I could give answers for. I have another 20 questions here, but you know that I just practically don't have enough time to answer. So you can join us next week to the next live Q&A webinar and ask those questions again. Hopefully I'll have time and space to paste it on the presentation and even show it to you the answer. But otherwise, I wish you all best of luck with your trading. It's been a pleasure. Good week. Make a lot of profits, and I'll see you next week.